Okay. So guys, this is what, whenever we take any batches, we always want to be very transparent from the beginning to say about what is your planner, how we are going to achieve the success. And we believe whoever has joined in this batch, 100% you guys are getting success. How will you get success? Just follow us. We will bring you company, don't worry. And we're capable enough to make you one, not in one company, in multiple companies place. But you have to prepare for that. The planner is going like this, guys. You will start from learning about database management skill. You will hit to learn about reporting and visualization skill, where the objective is to analyze data to tell business what is happening. Then you learn about statistics and predictive modeling, where you will tell about business based on the past pattern of the behavior of the data, what could be happening to the future or future outcomes. Then you go for giving recommendation. Business will ask, this recommendation should be automated. I cannot go and ask individual customers. How will you recommend that? You will be recommended writing an algorithm as an automated actions using machine learning, deep learning, and AI. So this is where our flags are standing, guys. We will be starting from the very base. We'll be landing you at the advanced stage. Now, going back to the next part, what is going to happen? This is the step one. You learn about data, all about data, how data is being generated, where data is being stored, how should I get access to the data, how will I go for analyzing the data. This is the second stage. Second stage is all about how to analyze the data, how to get information out of the data. Then how to go for designing a storytelling dashboard to present business what is happening and explain them through a graphical way. That is called data, creating a storytelling dashboard or data visualization skill. Third step is how to use the quantitative approach to predicting the future and getting the inference of the data towards the predictions. Next is all about how to go for recommending through the actions using machine learning and AI. This is how we'll go for training you guys. The training which has been designed for you guys for 5 months training is there. This is all coming in first month itself. Few things will be starting but ending, but yes, it is only in month one. You'll be covering Excel based and advanced. You'll go into the Excel review automation programming. You'll going for SQL based and advanced programming. You'll be going for the Python based and advanced programming. That is all programming happens in month one. You might be thinking, am I really going to do lots of programming language in just 1 month? Trust me, guys. Every 7 days, you learn a new tool. Every 7 days. And just a month, you feel confident, I can learn anything after that. That much confidence we are giving you guys. Second, it comes to the data visualization skill. Also, we learn about SAS based and advanced, where the maximum placement is happening. Third month, we'll talk about Excel advanced analytics, SAS advanced analytics, Python advanced analytics. We can also go for R. Anybody who is looking for SAS or R, they can take one of it. But maximum placement, where we are making to people to join, that is to the SAS and Python. So hence, we are more focused towards SAS advanced analytics and Python advanced analytics. Post which we'll talk about automated actions that is going to be used by your Python machine learning, deep learning, and Python artificial intelligence using Keras and TensorFlow. The journey ends with your big data Hadoop ecosystem along with Scala data framework programming. So if you talk about month one and month two, it's all about base knowledge. If you're having month one, month two knowledge, you're also bagging job. If you're having month one, month two, along with month three knowledge, you got advanced knowledge. Guys, somebody creating noise here. Can you please go on? Suresh Babu, can you please go on mute? Thank you. The phase two is all about advanced knowledge. The phase three is all about your complete data science knowledge. Tell me, guys, who will get more salary? The phase one guy will get more salary or phase two or phase three? Guys, who will get more salary?
Phase 3.
Phase three, definitely, guys. These are the applications which we are going to learn here, right? From Excel to SQL to Python to SAS, Tableau, Power BI, ClickView or Power BI, any one of this, you'll go for opting here. But I will suggest go for Tableau with Power BI. ClickView will give you as a complimentary, as a video, self-paced learning, you can go through it. Then it is coming to Ultrix. We'll talk about last is all about Hadoop, Scala, and Keras TensorFlow for AI approach. So guys, this is how your day 1 to day 50, 150 plans. Every 50 days, how it is going to be occupied. The first 13 days from today, we'll talk only about Excel based and advanced. 13 days. Right from 15 day onwards, you'll be talking only about what? Excel VBA. From day 24 onwards till 35 days, you are going to talk about only SQL Server. Then followed with from 38 days onwards, you will be learning about Python based and advanced programming. This is about month 1 to month 5 programs. What is the next programming is happening here? This is going to be your 51 days to 100 days program. The first, you are going to double head here. It is no more having 2 hours, 3 hours class. You got to spend here 5 hours class now, where your Tableau class will also happen, as well as your Excel class will also happen. Your Tableau and Excel advanced analytics is all set for you guys. Then you are learning your Python machine learning along with exercise based and advanced programming simultaneously. 3 hours for Python machine learning, 2 hours for your SAS based and advanced in the weekend, and 2 hours only. So Python machine learning only happens in weekend. It never goes to weekdays. But SAS based and advanced will happen both in weekdays and weekends together, so that by the same time we finish SAS, we also finish by the time Python machine learning, deep learning, and AI is finished, we also finish what? Power BI. This is by 120 days, your every course is finished. But if I really look for by when you are all set for the interview, it just at 93 days. The moment you cross 3 months, we will start pushing your resume to the company. When the class is going for remaining all classes, but we will be starting pushing your resume in the market now. By the time you reach to 140 or 143 days, you finish the entire course. This is how the schedule is going to be followed and is going to be shared by with you guys. Is this making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You understand why I always say that if you are into a job, you are not getting a good salary, please take a call to leave. Because next 4 to 5 months, we are 100% guaranteeing a job to you guys. Just we need your dedication and follow to us. Going to the next, the step 1 will take your class. Let's say somebody's name is Pravas in your batch. You will go through Excel. Every Excel is going to be followed sessions. Session-wise assignments is complete. We have a dedicated faculties for you guys, or people those who are going to support you for completing assignments. Any doubts? Is it complete? Yes. Then we'll give you the projects. When the projects are going to be given, there are 3 levels of project is going to be given, both on telecom, banking, retail, and insurance. Some project are level 1, some project level 2, some project level 3. Level 3 means it is going to more complication. Level 2 means it is more or less complications. Level 1 means the best way to start understanding about the projects. This is how we are going to give you guys. This project is given, yes. Is it completed? Yes. We'll have a test for you. That is all the MCQs. That test shows that whether you are an expert candidate or advanced candidate, or you need improvement. If you need improvement, we'll give you time to prepare and come back again. So for every tool, we'll have these are the assessing area where we look at how do you perform. So that by 3 months, we will get to know which tool you are expert, which tool you are advanced, which tool you need improvement. So that we can plan accordingly how to make you advanced or how to make you expert. The moment you fall in the expert and advanced, we will help you to get a job. We will run behind with your resume to reach out to the company for placement. And we have a dedicated team who is doing that. We need your support. We need your seriousness from the beginning. Next is all about step 2. Once you completed this, we'll give you a resume. We'll also give you introduction audio and video. How should you go for preparing and presenting yourself for the interview? We'll also give you introduction PDF file. Just have that hard copy, read that, understand this is how I need to present. Doesn't matter which background you're coming from, we don't care. We will give you a resume with the project, we'll give you how to explain about your projects. We'll also give you all the mostly asked interview questions. 90% questions and 95% questions will come from here only. Every aspect, your fixed salary, your variables, your PF deduction, so many things they'll ask you. Who is your manager? How is your organizational hierarchy? What work you do? What are the data architect you are working? What are the challenges you have faced through? Is it ever happened that you submitted some report, your client is not happy? What has happened? What is the manager last review about your performance? These all questions comes in the interview. Everything is going to be given here in mostly asked interview questions and answers. Then we'll give you the question from SQL interview questions and answers, SAS interview question answers, Python interview questions and answers, and also R interview questions and answers. We'll also give you advanced analytic machine learning with interview questions and answers. Every set of questions we'll give you, but this you will be given after understanding your expert level or advanced level. Those who need improvement, we do not provide the resume. We'll work with you to prepare your resume. Before that, we need to confirm that you are into advanced or expert category. Next, the step 3 is all about, we'll give you the projects end to end. The moment you give the resume, we'll also take you through the project simultaneously. We'll give a project end-to-end idea, the business and the data analysis to a decision science. We'll explain you thoroughly about each and every project written in your resume. Each project specific data would be given to you. Each project specific problem solving assignments will be given to you. We'll check how do you do that. We'll also do a project specific test. If it is a banking, if it is a telecom, if it is insurance, all the tests will happen about organization, the organization hierarchy, along with the jargons, which is going to be used for the data analysis. Then we'll have a test, and we'll also ask you whatever analysis you have done, please come preparing with a presentation. And how do you go for preparing presentation? That also will guide you. Next is step 4. We'll take your mock interviews. We identify you are all set now. We'll go for directly referring to the company for industrial deployment. If it is a fresher, internship will happen. If it is an experienced people, they can directly get you the job. If it is a fresher, company is ready to hire you as a full-time employment. They don't need an internship. You are also all set for that. This is how, guys, we have planned for you for next 5 months from today. But from 3rd month onward, you will be starting looking for job opportunity outside, because we'll be preparing your resume, making you ready by then. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Clear? Now, after this, we're going to start the class today. As I said, guys, this is month 1 to month 5 plans. If you go to month 1 here, you have Excel based and advanced to VBA to SQL and Python programming. Every program, every business applications you are going to open over here, like Excel based and advanced, it has 7 sessions. 7 sessions means it needs 7 days time. 7 days means it is needing minimum 13 days time to complete the course, which is starting from today, which is 24th of June. Each Excel will have contents here. Let me open the contents first. How the concept is going to start with, there are 7 sessions. Each session specific, it is given what we are going to cover up. Session 1, session 2, session 3, 4, 5, 6. The last session is all about industry projects. Can you see this? We'll talk about, if it is telecom project, about telecom project, about the data architect, the raw data summary analysis, about the analysis, the key performance indicator, design end-to-end dashboard and analysis about this project. This is exactly happened for rest all project also. The moment you complete Excel, with these projects, you feel like I can do anything in Excel will come through now. And trust me, guys, our students, wherever they have gone, wherever they are working today, because of their good work, these companies are coming to us and asking for the good candidates to be referred there. And we are very serious about sending candidates. We always look for the good candidates to refer. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, there are 7 sessions are there, but each session will be followed with assignments. You got to finish the assignments to come to the next session, which is going to session 2. Same way we'll go for session 3, 4, 5, 6, and then. There is no compromise to the assignments complete. If you say I got office work, I couldn't complete the assignments, it is not. There is a deadline for completing any assignments. And the deadline is what? Before we start session 2. Session 1 is finished. Before we start session 3, session 1 and session 2 is finished. Before we start session 4, session 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 is finished before that. This is how we have to go with. I need a commitment from you guys. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
So,
Please follow. And trust me, there is a bright future ahead. Data science is such a wonderful field. You will always feel like I'm doing something which is being recorded, which is being recognized, and I feel internal because it's an intellectual kind of opportunity. There are thousands of analysts sitting, but how I'm different from them? It's all about my intelligence. It's all my acumen, which I will earn and I'll be utilizing towards my regular work. Right, guys? So we will be starting today with session 1. The session 1 contents are going to be this. This is all about session 1 contents, which I will be starting now. I know few of you have already joined the class and they feel like it's going to be boring for them, but I'll say just have a patience for your new batchmates who has joined today. Is that fine to all, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Thank you, guys. So we will be starting today with what? Introduction to MS Office component. We'll also talk about different Excel versions we have. We'll also talk about how many rows and how many columns. What are the cell reference? What is called data range in Excel? How do we go for creating a table? Table with defining range with columns, records, and the data types. By each column by values. How the Excel journey happens. From the workbook to the worksheet, to the cell reference, range, table, and Excel size. We'll also talk about the formatting cells. How do you go for number format? How to go for date format? How to go for character format? And what is the use of special values? We'll also talk about how to go for navigating data, how to change the font name, style, and size, how to go for wrapping text, what to go for merging cells, how to go for designing a border of my Excel. Then we'll come to the 9th one, which is all about your Excel sorting, how to go for filtering data, how to go for removing duplicates, what is called data validation, how to go for cell freezing, what is called conditional formatting, how do you go for creating an expression within the data, and what is called text to column and fixed weight. This is something that we're going to achieve today. Okay, guys? So let's start the class now. Okay, so guys, I go for the manipulation. I paste this called session 1 Excel file. Can you tell me, guys, what is the size of the Excel file? Everyone?
7 KB.
Right. Whenever you keep any file over here, it gives the name of the file, which is called session 1. What is the extension of the Excel file here? .xlsx file. When this file was created, it was given on the 1st May 2021 at 11:07 a.m. The file was created. What is the type of the file? It is a Microsoft Excel worksheet. And what is the size of the file? It is coming to what? 9,409 KB, which is 9.4 MB. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But the question is coming, is it the default size of the Excel? No, it is not. What is the default size of the Excel? You right click on this, go to new, and open an Excel file, which is called Microsoft Excel worksheet. I call this as my day 1. If you make this day 1, it becomes day1.xlsx is the extension. What is the default size is coming, guys?
7 KB. 7 KB.
Now, once you keep the data inside this Excel file, it will keep on increasing like this. And what would be the maximum size of the Excel? The answer would be, it depends on memory. What do you mean by depending on memory? I have a laptop of 8 GB RAM. You have a laptop of 16 GB RAM. You have a laptop of 2 GB RAM. Do you think all the laptops having the same functionality?
No.
No,
The
it varies.
processing time is definitely going to more in 2 GB RAM. The processing time is definitely more as compared to 16 GB RAM in 4 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM. Yes or no? So whenever somebody is going to ask you, what is the size of the Excel? You'll say size of the Excel is depending on the memory of the system you're working with. Are you working cloud system? Are you working in local server? Where are you working? Depending on that, the size is defined. Now I'm going to open this Excel file here. Done. I will talk about, guys, MS Office. What happens whenever we have a system? We got a laptop. Yes. The step 1 is what? You got your operating system. So guys, can you tell me what is your current operating system you guys are using?
Windows 10.
Windows 10. That everyone use Windows 10. After step 1, what the next 2? Is all about what? You'll go for MS Office to be installed. Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Then step 3 is what? You go for other applications. Correct? Now talk about MS Office. Nowadays, anybody who is going for MS Office, they go for either way Office 365 or 2019, which is old. But nowadays, most people are going to use what? Office 365. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, when you say MS Office components, there are 28 components are there. There are 28 components are there. When you go for installing the MS Office, it comes with 28 components. Now we need to talk about components. Components are required for data scientist. What are those components? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one is MS Word. Second one is MS Excel. Third one is MS Access. Fourth one is MS PowerPoint. Fifth one is MS Outlook. What is the purpose? The purpose is for documentation. Second one is called DBMS and reporting. Third one is called relational database management system, which is RDBMS. Then it is called presentations. You learn about Outlook for mail exchange. Did you understand this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we'll talk about Excel versions. So there are different versions of Excel came in. It was 97, 2003 Excel came in. Then you got 2007 Excel came in. You got 2010 Excel came in. You got 2013 Excel came in. You got 2016 MS Office 2016 came in. Then you got 2019. Nowadays we are using all what? Office 365. Yes or no, guys? These two are the most latest version. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
About latest. Now, what is the number of rows? How many columns were there? What was the file extension? The rows were 65,000 rows. Columns were 256 columns. Extension was .xls. Are you getting this, guys? 2007, it becomes 10,48,576 rows. 16,384 columns. The extension become .xlsx. It is going to be like this, and this. This is across all this. Are you getting this, guys?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
You might be thinking, sir, what is the difference then if you talk about all are having same number of rows and columns from 2007 onwards? Then what is the difference here? Guys, there are lots of new features added in every new tool came in. All new features. Probably you will not be aware of this because you have never used Excel, or you might have used Excel, but there are lots of new features have been added. So we'll talk about those new features when we learn about the latest version of Excel using. Can I know, guys, which version of Excel you have today? Everyone, do you have Office 365 or Office 2019?
2016.
Anybody is having less than Office 2019? Lutun, are you there? Lutun, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please reach out to the entire batch, ask them which version of Excel they have. If they do not have Office 365 or Office 2019, please provide them at least Office 2019 from us.
Okay, sir. I'll do that.
Okay.
Is this clear to all, guys?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. How many rows and how many columns we have in Excel? This is the question comes to you. How will you know Excel? So guys, what you see here, A, B, C, D, E, this is column. When you say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like this is rows. Does it make sense? So Excel we call as a grid. Excel we call as a grid. Why it is called grid? Because it is a combination of what? Rows and columns. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's a combination of rows and columns. So how will you know that? You write 1 here. Copy this 1. Select this A1. This is called column A, row 1. Control Shift down arrow. Paste it. Copy this here. Control Shift right arrow. Paste this. If you make a total count of this one here, it's showing 10,48,576. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
That means what? How many rows I have? Tell me.
10 lakh 47.
10 lakhs
40,576.
576. How many columns I have that I need to understand? How will I know that? I select this A1, go to the right. What does it show here? 16,384. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is called 16,384 columns. Now we understand how many rows and how many columns we confirm. We also understand why Excel is called as a grid. Now within this grid, we need to keep our data. Now let's understand what is a table. Okay, what I'll do here, guys, I create student underscore ID. I put it here, student underscore name. I put the age. I put the gender. I put your education background. I put the date of inquiry. I put the course you wanted to opt in for. Let's say, looking at this count over here, I take the students. Now I take here, right from student 1, I drag this down up to what? Student 13. And let's up to student 10, I want to drag. I put the name here randomly. Abhishek, I go for Blugu, I go for Devasmita, Jasmeet. I go for Abhishek here. I go for Devasmita here. I go for Jasmeet. I go for Nischint. I go for Prabhakar. I go for Rosar. I go to Nischint. I go for Prabhakar. I go for Roshan. I go for Vijay. Suresh, Tapas, and Kondappa. Suresh, I go for Tapas. I go for Kondappa. I take that age, which I never want to bias to anybody. I take a random age, which is starting from 23 to 35. 23 is a minimum, 35 is a maximum. It's a random between function I'm using in Excel. I drag them down. So I got the age which is randomly pulled in between the age of 23 as a minimum to maximum age of 35. I copy them out. I do a paste special answer values. I go for putting this here. It is a male. I put in this here as a female. I'm going for this. I put across all as a male. The education, I put as MBA. I put as BCom. I put as BBA. I put as BTech. MCA. MTech. Or M-Pharma. The date of inquiry, I put it first, June 2021. I drag them down. It shows me the date here, which is in a series value of 1 to 10. the course they opted for data science as a full course on. Now guys, what is happening here? You need to understand. What is happening here? This is what your data. I just go for making this as a border here. This is the first line as your header. Done. Now, how would you read this data in a tabular form? First of all, you need to understand the starting cell. In this case, the data starts from here and data ends here. You must having a starting cell and ending cell. Starting cell is A1, ending cell is what? What is the ending cell, guys?
G11.
Now you have to define the range. What is the range here? It starts from A1 to G11. You can select this range and give the range name as here. I call this range name as student underscore inquiry. Enter. I got this. So my range name is going to be what? Student underscore inquiry. If I go and select my range name, it select the data range here. Now the range name is also called as a table name. The table name is also same. Now in this table, the number of columns, how many columns are there? If you select from here to here, it is having 7 columns. In this number of records I have, how many records are there? Excluding the header part, it is having 10 records. Understood, guys? Now, I need to understand number of character columns or character fields.
5.
You go for student ID, this, not this, and this. This is going to be what? 5 as a character field. You will go for number of numeric fields. Only 2 fields. Who are they? Age and date of inquiry. I just put the format pen over this all. This is how we understand about how to read our table. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Coming back to the Excel journey. So guys, Excel journey start with step 1. The first is open one workbook. In this case, the workbook name is session-1.xlsx. Inside this, you have something called worksheet. Default worksheet is 1, but you will keep on adding worksheet like this here. Then, after this, there must be some starting cell reference where the data is coming from. There must be something called as what? Ending cell reference. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Then after this, you'll be defining as what? Data range. Then you'll be giving as a table name. Table will come with what? Number of columns. And what? Number of records. Then step 9 is going to be what? Values. Data types. It could be what? A numeric. It could be what? A character. If you talk about date time, is a part of numeric. If you talk about alphanumeric, is a part of character field only. Now the next question is coming to you. How will you know? How will you identify a character and numeric field values? That's a good question. How will you identify character or a numeric field values? If you write ABC, it is left aligned. Yes or no, guys? If you write 1, 2, 3, it becomes what? Right aligned. right? So anything is left aligned, it's character field. Anything is right aligned, it's a numeric field. Yes or no, guys? If you talk
Yes,
about S1, it's alphanumeric, it is left aligned, right aligned.
left line.
So it is going to be what?
Character.
Character field. If you write here, 1st June 2021, it is right or left aligned?
Right aligned.
Okay. So this becomes as what?
Numeric field.
Right, guys? Date time is a field which is right aligned, and we call this as what? Numeric field. Making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll move on to the next. Table test. We'll do a table test. Okay. The first line contains as what? Header. I give a different color to this. Header, guys. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we need to get everything from here. Tell me what is the starting cell reference?
A1. First.
Starting from A1. It is ending at what? It is ending at what, guys?
H5113.
113.
You are ending at H5113. So what is the range here? A1 to H5113. I want to give this range as a name. I select this, I go to the corner. This is from Australia data. I call made Australia. Enter. Now what is the range name here? Made underscore Australia. If the range name is made Australia, table name is also what? Made Australia. How many columns are there, guys? Tell me. Guys, how many columns are there?
6.
3. 8.
8 columns. How many records are there?
H5112.
112.
How many character fields are there? Can anyone tell me? How many character fields are there?
3.
3.
3.
How many character fields are there?
5.
Customer ID, date of birth, age, number of trips, and the spend amount. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Now, did you understand this data properly?
Yes, sir.
Now, you know what, guys? Before going for reading the data, we need to understand this data. Let me explain from where this data is coming from. In Australia, these are the different pharmaceutical stores. MedPlus, Dr. Reddy's, Welligare, GSK, Apollo, Cipla, like this. Whenever customer visited to that store, they always give customer with a customer ID. Why they're giving this customer ID? Saying that, sir, tomorrow if you come and buy any products from us, we'll give you some reward point, discounts, offers as compared to other pharmaceutical stores. Why do they do that? They want to maintain the loyalty with the customer. When they capture this information, they capture the customer ID and where they got registered, what is the gender of the customer, what is the date of birth of the customer, what is the current age, where this customer is belonging to. It is for Queensland, West Australia, New South Wales, or Victoria, where it is coming from. How many times this customer has visited to my store, number of trips, and what is the total spend by the customer, which is $69, $69.37. So this is how they capture customer information. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll talk about here formatting cells. So every cell we have, it is going to be what? G22. If I come and select this, can anyone tell me what is the cell reference here? What is the cell reference?
K27.
K27. Very nice. And cell reference starts from where?
A1.
A1.
A1, always. So guys, this is what is given. There are 10 products or 14 products are given here. Over this 14th product, they have given the units which has been sold out in Bangalore, Bhubaneswar, Chennai, and Hyderabad. They have a price of this product is given, which is going to P1 to P14. Yes or no, guys? Then if you
Yes, sir.
multiply this to this, you get the total sales, how it has happened. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
Now, you are doing a comparison, Bhubaneswar over Bangalore, Hyderabad over Chennai, which is the comparison which is coming here. Now, if you have this data, how do you want to store this data into a formatting stage? The formatting will happen like this. I want to select this all cell right from my B3 going for E16 as a range. I right click and I do a format cell. What format cell I want to make it? I want to make them all into a number format with 0 decimal values and 1,000 comma separator. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You select this all here. You multiply price, you get the total sales amount. How to do that? You'll do a format cell. Make this price as what? As a currency format. Yes or no, guys? I want to make it into currency
Yes.
format in Indian rupees with 0 decimal values. I put it this way. How would I look? How would I go for presenting this sales Bhubaneswar over Bangalore? I must select this all. I must have to go to here format cell. I'll go for making this as a percentage format with 0 decimal values. I select the same thing over here, right click, do a format cell, make it as what? Percentage format with 0 decimal values. I can easily compare. The Chennai sales over Hyderabad, it is definitely 280% more sales happened through. This is how we show the comparison and showing this comparison into a different format. What format we covered here? We covered the number format. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Format we covered here, it's a currency format. What format we cover here? It is all about your percentage format. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Understood, guys?
Yes,
Now
sir.
we
Yes,
talk
sir.
about date format. You know what, guys? If you say equal sign right to date, bracket start close, is going to give you today's date here. What I did here, I paste this date across all these cells. I want to show you different date formats altogether. When you talk about this date format, it is coming with what? DD, MM, and YYY format. Yes or no, guys? Tell me, everyone.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, I want to make this format not in DD, MM, YY. I go to format cell. I make it as a date format as this, which is YYY, MM, and DD. It becomes as what? YYY, MM, and DD. Now I want to make this as MMDDYY format. Do I have that format? Now do a format cell. Check it. Do you have MMDDYY format, guys, by any chance? Look at here. Is it? No, I don't
No,
find any
sir.
MMDDYY. So I'll go for custom format. I'll make this here MM-DD-YYYY. Right, showing this 6/24/2021. Now it becomes as what? MMDD and YY format. Right? I go for making this format cell. I want to make this as a word month format. So this becomes word month format. Yes or no, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Right click on this, do a format cell, make it to what? Day. This is going to be word date format. Are you getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Also customize this format. Some people say that, hey, I want to see this by mm.dd.yyyy format. I want to get this way. I can also get this way. Somebody says, hey, I want to get as a format cell custom to YYY and format. That is there. Somebody says, hey, I want to get my format cell. It should be going with the custom format as YYY hyphen MMM. This is how it is happening, guys. Can you see this, guys? How we can go with the date format? We can change the date format the way we want to present in. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Now we'll talk about the character format. What do you mean by character format? If I write here DV Analytics, by default it is all in capital I'm writing. Second thing is that what the default font style is coming, Calibri. The size is coming as what? 1. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now I can give a different color to this as a font as
Yes,
what?
sir.
Red color. Yes, please.
Sir, I'm just wondering one thing, sir. If we write date 24 June only, and we change the format to DD MMYY, then why is it giving 2021 again? Because I'm not
Can I-
giving the year.
Can I put DDMMYY? Which one?
Sir, make in the new cell just put 24 June only, not year.
What I'll put here?
24 space June.
24 space June.
Yeah, and
It becomes
change the
character
format.
value.
Yes, and change the format to DD MM or YY. Just
Change
take
the format to DD.
and MMYY.
Okay.
Okay.
YY or YYY?
YY. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Then
It's
why is
coming.
it giving 2021? Because I am not mentioned the year. Then why is it even 2021?
Okay. The system takes which date value? The most current year date value?
Okay, is it so?
Yes, definitely. The system will take as compared to what is the current date value is going on, which is 24 June 2021.
Okay.
Okay. I tell you guys, this is a very good question you are asked. What's your name?
Prabhakar.
Prabhakar, I tell you one thing here. You know what? In Excel, we write 1. 1 means it's a number or date.
What's the number?
It's a number. If you right click on this, do a format cell and make it to the date format. What is happening here?
Okay, 111900.
This is called happy birthday to Excel. You remember like this. Happy birthday to Excel date. Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes.
Now, the second thing is that I put it here 365. Right, Prabhakar? What is 365 is representing here? If you do a format cell, make it to a date format. What does it give you?
Okay, last year, last date.
Right, right. So from this 1st January 1900 till 2000, it becomes 100 year span of time. From 2000 till 2020, it's a 21-year span of time. And when you put any date value without a year, system default will consider this is what? 2021, which is the current year running in your system. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Did you understand why we call number as a date time? Because you write a number, that number can be converted into the date format. Making sense? Now the question comes, sir, what will happen if I say minus 365? Will it show before 1900? Right click and do a format cell. Make it to a date format. It gives you has. It never shows you any date value. It never shows in date value because Excel cannot call any negative integer to a date value. Anyways, you're supposed to complete that in section, your last session, session 6. You're supposed to complete this, but I told that now only. No worry. But did I answer your question, Pravas? Prabhakar, did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Guys, we're going for the character format. So when you write DV Analytics, you make a font color, you make it bold, you make the increase in the font here. Now the question is coming, what is the maximum font size we can give? Somebody says 72 because it shows in system 72, but that's not true. The maximum font size we can give in Excel, which is called 409. This is an interview question, guys. If you say 72, they'll say like, are you sure? You'll say yes. They will understand that chalo, ye bande ne kaam kiya, but never has done any practical exercise. If business wants to show something which is 150, can we increase the font? Yes, we can. We can make it to 150 now. But what will happen if you write 500? It will throw an error saying that the maximum size can go up to what? 409. The minimum size is going to what? 1. You have to understand this. Guys, did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Now, when you change the font, you also change the style of it. You increase the font of it. You do so many things. You make it italic, you make it underscore, you make a different color to altogether to this. You change like this. But I also can do this rather going here. I can also write DV Analytics. I can right click on this, do a format cell. I can go to the font. I can start playing with the font style, font size, everything over here. I can change it this way. I can increase the font to, let's say, 70. Here it is also showing 70 to maximum. But that's not true. It is maximum to what?
409.
409. And the minimum is what?
1.
And what is the default size is coming in Excel?
7 KB.
11.
11.
Okay, guys. Now we talk about format pen. Now, in this character format also, guys, sometimes we write something Q1 plus Q2. Okay. So this is the value which I want to show in three different ways. If I do not want to read this cell value, I can say format cell. Going to the font, I can make this as a strike through. If I want to read this one as above, I'll go for always superscript. If you go for this 2 format cell, I'll go for superscript. If you go for this 1 format cell, make it a subscript. If you make this 2 and format cell as a subscript. Does it make sense?
Yes, sir.
So this is how, guys, remember, as of now, it's not required to know everything in Excel. Whatever things I'm going to teach you now, this is going to be working in your day-to-day job when you get in. Excel, we cannot complete end-to-end everything. This is very important concept which I'm covering to you. Now it's come to format pen. What is called format pen, guys? I write here DV Analytics. I also write here name called, let's say, Rawson. I put it here Vijay. I put it here Mehak. You know what, guys? I put DV Analytics. I make a background color. I make the font. I make it bold, italic. I change the font style here. I increase the font to this. I want this should be replicated across all these names. What I'll do here, I'll select this. I'll go and click on double 2 times format pen. Now I can see a pen is coming. I apply the pen over all. See, and press escape. Select this all, and you get this out. You don't have to do the same formatting by one more time. You got all the format pen and applied it across. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. Shrikant? Shrikant? Mohit?
Sir.
Mohit, are you there?
Yes, sir.
You haven't informed the batch that they don't have a class today? Shrikant,
Yes, sir.
your class is happening tomorrow evening,
Okay.
10 p.m. Okay, please inform in the group to everyone.
Okay. Tomorrow evening in 8
Tomorrow
8
evening.
p.m.
8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Please inform to everyone. This is
Okay,
the last
okay.
class of your batch. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Is this clear now, guys?
Yes, sir.
Now, if I want to get a background of these two is blue, this two is going to be, let's say, little, let me make it as a brown color, something like this. I go to replicate the same color across all by using format pen. Format pen will be used more extensively going further, guys. Just give me some time. We'll do that all. Now we'll talk about page special values. But before going to page special values, guys, we'll take a 10 minutes break. After that, we're having class. So we are meeting again at 8:10. Is that okay? So guys, we'll talk about page special. What is page special? For example, I write 100. I write 200. I write 100. I write 200 here. I write 200, I write 100 here. In this case, I did this plus this, which is becoming as what? 300. In this case, I said this multiplied this, which is becoming as 20,000. In this case, I made this divided by this is becoming as what? 2. I got some values here, which is 290. I go for 300. I go for 780. I go for 200. I go for 5,000. I go for divide by 500. I copy this all and I do what? Paste spatial and formulas. What is happening? If you copy this all and do a paste spatial, you have formulas. What is happening? It is doing the same thing. It is doing an addition. It is doing a multiplication. It is also doing a division. This is called what? Paste spatial formulas. If you do something here, which is going to be random between 100 to 900. If you drag this, drag it down, you can see it's a random number. These numbers are going to keep on changing if you write something outside the same. Wherever you write something, the numbers are going to keep on changing here. Can you see this, guys?
Yes, sir.
If you do not want this number to be changing, you can copy this entire range, Control C, right click on this, do this as a paste spatial and say values. This is where we understand about paste spatial values uses. So we call this as what, guys? Paste spatial and values in Excel. Now, what is other importance of paste spatial value? Let me show you here. Somebody says, hey, do add, do subtract, do multiply, do division of what? 100. In what? If you do random between 100 to 900, select this all to the down. You do Control C, do a paste spatial values. I copy the same value across 4 areas. What I want to do here? I want to add here. What I want to do here? I want to subtract 100 here. What I want to do here? I want to multiply 100 here. What I do here? I want to divide 100 here. So how would you go for doing that? I write 100 here, which is this. I copy this 100, select this entire range. I do a paste spatial. And I say add. Operation is add. So it is added 100 to all. I copy this one. I select this all. And I say paste spatial subtract. I subtract 100 to all. I copy this 100 here. I select this entirely. I go for making this as a paste spatial and say multiply. You multiply 100 here. I select this 100 here. I select this all. I do a paste spatial and I say divide. This is how I divide 100 here. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
How easily I can do this? This is where we go for paste spatial. Now there is something called fill, merge, and border. What does it mean? And how it is
Sir.
important to the Excel file? Yes, please.
Sir, this is Tapas. Can you please explain the paste formulas once again?
Okay, so I want to.
No, sir, I got this. I got this. Paste formulas, the previous one.
Okay. So what is this formula here? It is addition.
Yes, sir.
When I write 200 and 900, I don't want to use any formula to addition here. I copy this formula and I copy this here and say paste spatial and formulas. Now the formula which was applicable here to this cell reference, it is applicable here to this cell reference. Automatically is giving 1100. Did you do that manually by writing equal sign, go for this cell plus this cell? You didn't do that. Are you getting it?
Yes, sir.
This is where we go for paste spatial formulas. For example, if I also have the same values which is given out here, I copy this here, which is the formula driven value. I do it here, paste special and say formulas. Is it coming, guys?
Yes, sir.
This is where we go for paste special formulas. Okay, I move on to the next. Guys, do you have any questions from the previous thing what we covered till now? You don't have any questions, right? Okay. So guys, somebody says that, hey, could you please show me, I want to go for creating a COVID report. So they want to create the worldwide COVID report. How do they want to present this COVID report? This will become as a header. Inside this header, you want to show how many confirmed cases, right? How many active cases. You want to show how many recovery cases. You want to do how many death cases, right? You also want to show what is the active base rate. What is the death base rate? And what is the recovery base rate? You want to create this into what? Into a report. How will you go for creating a report? For that, we have to have an understanding about merging cell, about bordering the cell to show this as a report. How will I create this? Let me copy this entirely. I merge them out. I give a background color to this, which is this color, maroon color. I give this inside this, I write here, worldwide COVID report. When I put inside this as a black font, it's not looking good. I make it as middle aligned. I make it bold. I increase the font here, which is this. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
I select this all. I make it as confirmed cases. I select this all. I make it as all the active cases. I select this all. I make it as all the recovery cases. I select this all. I make it as all the death cases. Now, this is where I'll go for writing this here, all confirmed cases. I'll write here all active cases. I'll write here all recovery cases. I'll write here all death cases. I put it here, active base rate. I'll put it here, recovery base rate. I'll put it here, death base rate. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes, sir.
select this all and I try to squeeze them out. I reduce the font like this. I select this all and I make them as a wrap text. Once I make them wrap text, I try to expand this little bit. I select this all towards this middle line. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
I select
Yes,
this
sir.
all. I make the background color, let's say, as a black color or gray color, and the font is bold. I make them as a border here. I can select all these things and I make it as a border with thick border. This is how the report I'll prepare and I'll give it to them. Does it look good?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is where, guys, we go for looking at what? How to go for creating as your report values to be presented here. Now, guys, selecting this, we go for adding one more. So now I got these values here. When I'm going to create this, this is something called freezing. So how to go for freezing here? You select this row and go to view and make this as freeze. What will happen? My header is going to remain same. My row is going to keep on changing. It's a freezing because my header is not going to change at all. Are you getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
If you want to remove this view as a grid lines, there's no grid lines. Just a simple report you're creating. This is how we need to be getting familiar to work with what? Excel. Now, what is wrap text? We write here, this is DV Analytics located in Bangalore and Bhubaneswar. When I write this, it looks like something is outside the cell, which is not true. It is inside the cell only, one cell. How to make them present? You can go for wrapping text. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Making sense? We go
Yes,
for
sir.
conditional formatting now. We'll start with what is called conditional formatting in Excel. Guys, do you think you got too much information today?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Few
No,
people
sir.
say that yes, few say that no. If you really feel like you got too much information, I can suggest you one thing, guys. Let me finish this. We go through the videos. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the next class. Before starting the next class, I will answer those questions to you. Is that fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Or you want to stop the class here today? Though it is day one. What do you want, guys? Everyone.
No, sir. Continue. Yes, continue, sir.
Continue.
Okay.
Continue, sir.
Okay. Now, guys, we'll talk about conditional formatting. What is conditional formatting? So let me do one thing. See, this is what my student's name is given. This is what the score, how much the score is given here, which is random between 10 to 100. I copy this score and I do apply special values. Now this score, I copied it here at least 4 times. Okay. I copied this score for 4 times. And how do I want to present this? I will be showing this presentation here. Select this all here, where you can go to home and making it a conditional format. Saying that if the cell value, if the score is less than 50, you put them as a custom format. Background is going to be red color and the font is going to bold and it's a white color. Select this all. Select the conditional formatting here. You say that if the cell is value is going to be, it is going to be, make it something like this way. Go for conditional formatting. Make this, if it is greater than or equal to, put it this way. If it is greater than or equal to 50, you would be reading them as what? You would be reading them as green font and bold is bold and white color. Why it is not happening, guys? Let me show you. Because when you choose this as greater than, you don't have an option called greater than here. If you go to more rules, it says that format only cell that contain. Select this here, choose an option greater than equal to. If it is greater than equal to 50, make the format background as green color, font as bold and white color. Say okay. Now it shows that whoever has scored greater than 50, they are in green and font as white and bold. If I want to apply the same thing in one cell itself, both the conditions, how will you do that? You select this all, go to conditional formatting, choose a new rule here. In the new rule, select the second one, format only cell that contains. If the value is less than 50, you read them format background as red color, font as bold and say white color. If you go for the same cell, you go for again the manage rule. In this manage rule, you add the new rule one more time. The new rule says that if the cell is greater than or equal to 50, we'll call them, the background is going to feel as green color and font as bold and white color. Does it make sense, guys? We applied both the things here. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We can also select this all number, can go to conditional formatting. We can give a bar like this. What is this bar stands here? If you keep, so now, if you keep on changing the values, the bar will also change. For example, you choose the value as 99. The bar is coming 99 is highest. You make the bar is 78. Is it changing 78? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can also select this. Going to the conditional formatting, you can do a manage rule. You can select this, say edit rule. In this case, you say show bar only. It is going to show only the bar here, not as the number. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We go for the next, which is talking about Excel size. So, guys, what is the default size of the Excel?
7 KB.
7K.
Very good. What is the maximum size of the Excel we can work with?
Depends upon the memory.
You say depends upon the memory. Very good. Right. Now, what the maximum size of Excel work you have done? If it is going to ask to you, what will you say?
10
I
to
have
100
worked
MB.
on 50 to 100 MB files. Right? Do not say I have worked in 1 GB, 2 GB of Excel file. They'll understand that you are trying to make them full. You have never worked in practical environment. If you have worked in practical environment, you should not have said more than 100 or 150 MB. Next question. How do you share your reports? You say that if it is less or equal to 5 MB, we share it through what? Mail. Right? If it is greater than 5 MB and less or equal to what? 50 MB, we share it through what? SharePoint. Does it make sense? If it is greater than 50 MB file, we share it through what? Share drive. I give an example to you guys. In your Gmail, tell me what the maximum file you can send it through. 25 MB.
MB.
25 MB.
If the file is more than 25 MB, you go for what? Google Drive.
Yes.
Yes or no? Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Good. Now, what is the default sheets in Excel workbook? What is the default sheet, guys? Only one sheet? But you can go for keep on adding sheets, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now the question, how many sheets we can add? Some people say maximum 255 sheets. That is not true. Sometimes it's not true. It also depends on what?
Memory.
Are you getting it, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
These
sir.
are the possible questions which you may come across in your interview. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Now, we'll go for the filtering data. How will you go for filtering data? For example, somebody says, hey, could you please filter data for company as Apollo? I can select this here. I can go to data. I can make a filter. I can make a filter as what? Apollo. So after making this filter of Apollo, I can copy the data and I can paste it in another sheet, not in the same sheet. Remember, guys, when you make a filter, don't paste it in the same sheet. It's not going to work out. Now,
Yes, sir.
next time someone says, Next time, someone says, hey, could you please filter data for Apollo? Gender as female. I can go for selecting this way. This is for Apollo, gender as female. Now, the next is, could you please go for selecting Apollo, gender as female, and the age between number filter, which is between 30 and 60. I can write like this. And the state code, which is SCT, New South Wales, Queensland, all 3 states. And the spend amount, which is must be greater than equal to $500. I can make a filter like this. And I can copy this data to be pasted out here. Are you getting this, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This is how we go for making as what? Filtering the data. We can also use advanced filter. What is advanced filter in Excel? That's very important. It is by a company. Dr. Reddy's, MedPlus, GSK, copy and paste it out here. Gender as this way. For MedPlus, it is female. Gender. For state code, for all these 3 states, I go for 3 different states. For MedPlus, female and Queensland. For Dr. Reddy's is going to male and West Australia. For GSK, it is going to male as well as it is going to give you New South Wales. How will you give a filter condition in this all 3 field values? I'll select this here. I can go to data. I can choose something called advanced filter. In the advanced filter, it is automatically selected the data range. You click on copy to another location. What is the criteria range you have? This is my criteria range. Where you want to copy to? I want to copy to here. That's it. Would you like to take all the unique records? Yes, I want to get all unique records. Yes, I got it here. Now, if you go for MedPlus, it is going to give you for female and Queensland. Let's check it out. Yes, it is all female. It is all Queensland has been selected. If you go for looking at what Dr. Reddy's is going to male and West Australia. If you go for looking at MedPlus, sorry, GSK is showing all GSK male for New South Wales. Whatever criteria you gave it here, based on that criteria, it has pulled how many records? It has pulled around 208 records out of 5112 records. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
This is all about conditional formatting. Try to do this at home. If you have doubt, you can always reach out to me, guys.
So could you please explain this advanced filter once again?
Sure. Delete this out. I go for deleting this completely. I go to here. This is, so do you have any understanding about this filter criteria? These are the filters we want to put over this data. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Now I come here, I go to data, I choose advanced filter. In advanced filter, I choose copy another location. My list range would be this. And my criteria range is I'm going to select this all. Where do I want to copy to? I want to copy to P1. Second, all unique values. If you want to go for unique values, you can click on this. I will just say, okay, you got the values here. From these 5112 records, it has filtered around 207 records, excluding the header. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It has gone for MedPlus, female and Queensland, which is given as a criteria. It has gone Dr. Reddy's with male and West Australia, which is given as a criteria. It has gone to GSK with male and New South Wales as a criteria, which is given over here, and it's pulled data accordingly. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. We go to the next, which is going to be a sorting data. How do you go for sorting this data? I select this all data. I copy and paste the data here. In this data, there are 4 columns. I'm going to sort the data by product, by year, and city-wise sales. So what I'll do here, I select this data all together. I go to my data. I have a sorting and filtering. I select this as a custom sorting. I select the first field is all about product. Second field is all about year. And the third field is all about your city. When I sort this data, I can read the data very properly now. Acer in 2010 has been sold out in Bangalore, Chennai, Mumbai. And city is coming in ascending order, A to Z. Sort the data by product and year-wise sales in descending order. Good question. Product and year-wise sales in our descending order. We select this all, go to formatting the data, select this by product, selecting this by year, selecting by sales, but the sales value is going to be what? In a largest to smallest descending order. Yes or no, guys? Tell me. Everyone.
Yes, sir.
Does it give you in 2010 Acer has been sold out in Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore in a descending order? Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, you want to copy this data one more time. Let's go here. What does it say? Let me copy the same data across my 4, and I do it for my 5 question as well. No issues. It's saying that go by product, city-wise sales in descending order. How do you go for doing that? You go for customized sorting by product, by city, and the sales. It should be in descending order. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now it's saying that. So city-wise, year-wise sales in descending order. Select this all. Make this custom formatting. City-wise, add one more label. Year-wise, add more label as a sales in descending order. Got it out. Why?
So the second one must be year, sir, not city.
Oh, sorry. Done. You got city, year-wise, city-wise, sales in descending order. You can easily say 2010 in Bangalore, the highest sales product is HP. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Going back to here, sort the data by years and product by sales in descending order. How will you go for doing that? How will you go for doing that? Tell me. Year and product by sales in descending order. How do that?
So we'll click on sort. Then in
Year.
sort by first years, product.
Sales.
So
The product.
sales and descending order, largest to smallest.
Good. You got it now, guys. In 2010, Acer has been highest sale happened in Mumbai, followed by Chennai and Bangalore. Yes or no?
Yes.
Product Asus, which is written wrong. I have to make the changes. I would make this Control F to paste as Asus. Replace this by what? ASES. This is something we need to make a practice. Got it, guys?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
If I want to change this across this entire sheet, what I'll do here? Control C, select this entire Excel sheet. Control H. I will say here, replace all or option. Option, what you will choose here? Is it by
Sheet की जगह
column, or what you choose here? It is by formula, it is by rows.
worksheet. Instead of sheet, you wish
You can apply on workbook, or you can apply on sheet. I would prefer to
Workbook.
go to workbook.
workbook.
Wherever it is there, it is all changing across all the sheets. It changes all 54 pages. Wherever it was, it changes. Making this correction properly now. Okay. So guys, we have done the sorting part here. I'll go for removing duplicates. It's very important, guys. When I select my product, I want to get the list of unique products. I select this. I go to data. I have something called data tools. I click on remove duplicates. I get my values here. I select my year and I paste my year here. And I say remove duplicates. All my year is gone. I select my city. I copy this city and paste it here. And I say remove duplicates. Done. I got all unique values. Yes or no? Tell me, guys.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I select this all three fields together and I do a remove duplicates, all three tables, it's saying no. Can you tell me why it is saying no duplicates?
Because the year values are different.
Because
And
the
the
corresponding field values all together is unique. Yes or no?
Yes.
The corresponding field values, the values are going to be unique. Yes or no, guys? Tell me, everyone.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Now I have a test for you. The test of this data. Tell me first, guys, is this data all are unique or duplicate records? Tell me.
Unique.
How did you know it is unique? How did you know it is unique, guys? You cannot, looking at the first column, say that is all unique. What you can do, sir, please, could you please copy this customer ID? It looks like unique, but I want to do a check by removing the duplicates. When I copied and paste and remove the duplicates, if it says no duplicate, I can see entire customer ID is unique. So any one field is unique in the entire data, it becomes the entire table is unique. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we talk about data validation. What is data validation? Let's do this. Let's talk about data validation now. You know what? I put some new name here. Namita. I put it here something called Priya, like this. I put some score. How much the score? The score is random between 10 to 100. I copy this data and I do a paste special values. What is happening here, guys? In this data, somebody says, hey, could you please add the result to this? What is the result you want to add here? Anybody who scored greater than or equal to 50 should be called as pass, else called fail. So you create two validation value, which is called pass, or you call them as a fail. How to go for adding this? Select this value, go to data, choose a validation with the list of values. The list is going to be this too. If it is 10, you will say fail. You will say fail. If it is more than 50, you will say pass. You will say fail. You will say pass. You will say fail. You will say pass. You will say pass. And rest both are going to fail. You are giving a validation like this. You also want to put them as gender wise, whether they are into male or they are into female. How will do that? You'll write a gender here as a column. Select this here, go to data and make a validation as list of values. What the list of values is going to be this too. And say, okay, Abhishek is male. Drag this down. Devasmita is female. Male. Namita is female. Go for Priya is female. That's it. This is how we go for validation. Validation is not only by character values, validation also by whole number. Let's say I want to give a condition to this. This cell value should not contain a number more than 100. How will I give that? I'll go to data, I'll choose a validation. I choose the validation as what? As a whole number. The minimum number is 1 and the maximum number is 100. That's it. When I put 101, it will say, no, it cannot. This value does not match to the validation restrictions defined to the cell. If you write 99, it will take. If you write 1, it will take. But if you write 0, that will not take. Because it is between 1 to 100. Does it make sense, guys? Everyone?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now we'll talk about, guys, what is called data expressions. Okay. So let's say this is called my units. So This is the units has been sold out, the price of the unit and discount amount is given. How will you go for creating the expression? You will first calculate discounted amount. How will you calculate discounted amount? If you multiply sales price into what? Discount percentage. How will you calculate sales after discount price? How will you calculate that? You would be doing something like this. This price minus the discounted price. How will you calculate the actual sales happened to the customer? You will say these units got to be multiplied with what? Sales after discount price. You got this?
Yes.
Classes. Right, guys? Now select this price field, all, make them right click, do a format cell, go to the number format, make them as a currency format with Australian dollar. Yes or no, guys? Tell me.
Yes, sir.
It's all here, do a format cell, make it to percentage format. Got it, guys? Everyone,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
this is how we understand how to go for creating an expression. Clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Now, guys, this is something called text to column. Somebody says, hey, from this email ID, could you please separate the customer first name, last name, and the domain name? Yes, we can. Select this, you can see customer first name, last name. With domain name has one delimiter that is called @ You want to select this, go to data, choose text to column, look at the delimiter is given by others as called @ When you apply @ is being separated this value by first name and the domain name. Yes or no, guys? Tell me, everyone.
Yes. Yes, sir.
This is called text to column. What is called fixed width? Somebody says, hey, could you please go and give me the only company name which is starting from www.after. You can see each row value is starting after dot, which is fixed. This is a fixed length. You select this
Yes.
all, go to data, choose this as a fixed width. As a fixed width, what? Next. Make this to a dot. Next and finish. Guys, I know things went very hectic for today. Don't worry. If you have doubt, I will repeat one more time. But just try to see the video at home before coming to the next class. Can I expect that from you guys? Everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now it is coming to the final test. The final test is that the first question, go to, so let me keep this question as the beginning of it. Okay. The first question says that use date format to the order date and the shipment date. What is the order date? Here. Shipment date is what? This. These all are in numbers. Right click, do a format cell, make it to what format? Get format. Done. Next, multiply sales to discount and get discounted amount. Sales after discount, which is sales minus discounted amount. And look at the profit margin, which is going to be over sales after discount price. Okay. There's a field called sales discount. How to get the discounted amount? You will say this to be multiplied with what? Can you see this, guys? Everyone?
Yes, sir.
What is sales after discount? This price minus what? Discounted amount.
Discount amount.
Now it says that what? Question number 4. Get the profit margin over sales after discount. How will you get that? This is the profit over sales after discount, which is in percentage. Now it's saying make discount and profit margin as what format cell to a percentage format. Select sales, sales after discount, profit, and the shipping cost format cell, and make them into currency format with what? Let's say United States dollar. Does it make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Discount amount give you correctly? No, it is not. Do a format cell. Make it a percentage decimal values. Why does it happen so this way? Why does it happen so? Go to home, looking at this, and make the general number. Oh, sorry, I applied on the wrong column. Okay, Control G. Okay, I must apply this thing over this. This discount column should be going as format cell as what percentage? Did you understand this, guys?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now it's saying that the profit margin, where the negative margin coming, make the red color background, font as white. Go to home, click on conditional formatting, choose it here. If it is less than 0%, already it is highlighting what? Red. I can go for custom format, fill the background as red, font should be bold, and say white color. I can easily indicate where the say profit is going negative. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we did now, actually, we completed the entire introduction to MS Office component is over. We completed Excel history, rows and columns, data range, how to define a range with table name, values, columns. We also talked about workbook, worksheet, cell reference, range, table size. We also talked about the format cell, number format, date format, character, and page special values. We spoke about what is the font size, the font name, font style, wrap text, cell merging, border. We completed this. We also completed what sorting data, filtering data, removing duplicates, data validation, cell freezing, conditional formatting, expressions, text to column and grid. Did we complete all, guys? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just go for stop recording.